Hi everyone, I was asked by someone if I could do a flip through of all of the pages I completed in this Hanna Karlzon book, Tales from the Witch's Cottage. Now I haven't done masses of pages, but I thought I would just oblige because it's quite easy for me to do a little flip through and just talk you through the pages that I've done. I'm completing this book in order, which means it's quite easy for me as well to show you. So this very first page here, when I did my flip through of the book, when I first had it, just to show you all the pages, I coloured this particular image. So I do have this on video if you want to copy it. I think it's the only one from here that I videoed because they are quite complex, so I don't always put them on video. Now this was done with Black Widows. I'm not sure which set, possibly a mixture of sets, and there is some glitter in there as well. I was really pleased with how the Black Widow came out and gave the sort of semi-transparent look that I was going for with this sort of potion bottle. So that was that one. And then this one here is the next one, the nameplate. I haven't written my name in because it didn't really work with the design that I'd chosen. I was actually really inspired by Black Anari's work. She's on Instagram. She does a lot of black in her colouring, but I sort of started doing it quite dark and wanted to represent the sort of magical fire that's going on inside the cottage down here and in the smoke. And I had a whale of a time, I have to say. It was something really different to what I've done before. I'm pretty sure this is, yeah, must be polychromos. A lot of them are actually in here. And I probably could have done with a bit of glitter around the stars maybe, but I just, yeah, really like that one. Now this one, I wanted to make everything in the book look quite magical, being as it were in the witch's cottage. So this one is, I think this is coloured in Black Widows too, and we have a splodge of soft pastels in the background with various pinks and purples just to brighten it up. But in the corners we have some stickles. These are the diamond stickles, and on the flowers there is glitter, so it all looks hopefully a little bit more magical, which is the thing I'm trying to achieve. Now this one is rather different colour wise. I have a feeling I may have used a colour cube card with this sort of blacks and blues, because I didn't really know what to do with the page, and in the end I was rather pleased. It looks to me like it's coloured in Ergosofts or Stellar pencils of some sort, although the black in the background is a thicker pencil by the looks of it, a more intense one. But I probably would have been better off doing it in pen, but I did wonder whether if I did a black pen it might make these greys look a bit wishy-washy. Sometimes if you do black pen you need a really bright colour. So, and the rabbit has some glittery wings, just trying to get that glitter aspect, and the flower centres actually, just trying to get that magic into the pages. And then we have this cottage page. I'm not sure about this. I like the sky. I want to do a sort of night sky look, and the stars have got glitter around them, purple glitter. I'm not sure. I think the stars might have looked better in a sort of orangey yellow. But you know, that's fine. And these little critters, the sort of ghost-like, I'm never quite sure. I thought they were like fire, something to do with fire, so I did them orange, but now I'm wondering whether they should be white. Doesn't really matter, does it? So there was that one. This is my favourite, I think, and I'm not sure what pencils. I'm pretty looking at this thinking probably Black Widow, but the background of this is done in a silver pen. As you can see, it's reflecting the light. And I did this sort of blue outline with dots. I'd seen someone else do it and I really liked it, and so I tried it, and yeah, I liked how it came out. That was nice. And here we have this double page, which is our two cats, and I just did a pastel background, going from green at the bottom to look a little bit like the foliage, and then moving up to yellow and orange, looking more like a sunset or sunrise. I wasn't quite sure which. And we have some sort of sparkly pen on those magical bits around the cats. So that was interesting. I kept the cats quite plain. Unfortunately, we've got quite a lot of pastel over the grey of the cat, which I did try and erase unsuccessfully. So a tip, if you're doing a colour pastel like that, you want to really burnish your pencil and then it doesn't stain it like that. Now we have our witch, and she is, I can't think what colour, that colour there. I don't know what pencils that is, but the background is done with a brick wall stencil, really quite simply with some pastels. And it hasn't come out really evenly, but I actually felt that was okay because bricks aren't always even, some are lighter and some are darker. Now you could use this and then go over it in pencil to make it more defined in the background, but for I always think that the background shouldn't overtake the foreground, and sometimes it does if you spend too much time on it. So that's how I left it, and we've got our black. Unfortunately, I've got a few fingerprints in my pastel. That's where I put my fingers down before I applied the pastel, and the paper was slightly greasy from my fingers and it's left a mark. You can get rid of that if you erase it and redo it. Sometimes it can get rid of that grease, but it's quite difficult. And then we have this one, and we have some sparkly magic in this one, which we didn't actually have any in the other one. These sort of circles are done in a sort of sparkly pen, probably a Sakura Stardust pen. So that was that. And there's a soft pastel background. And this one again, we have a, I think that's Black Widow, those reds. We have a sparkly wing and stars. I think the wings, are coloured in pencil with a see-through sparkly pen, and then the stars are done in a red sparkly gel pen, and then we have our pastel background. I didn't want to do too dark a background, and I kept it lighter around our bugs, thinking that they might be shiny from those stars and things like that. Now this one, it's quite a Halloweeny vibe. I guess Witch's Cottage is going to. I thought this was lavender, so I did it in a purple with the ribbon to match, and then I decided to do my sort of background in a pink rather than a purple, partly because my soft pastels have very few purples, so I don't use them very often because you know, they're going to run out, and I thought the pink was a bit of a contrast anyway. And we've got a silver pen around the edge. Again, we haven't got magic in the sense of sparkles, but we do have this metallic. And then we have our magical candle. Oops. Now again, we have a soft pastel background. I started in the purple colour of the candle and then put some sooty black in the corners, but I didn't put any soot around the flame. I thought it might go onto the yellow and things and spoil it. The flame is coloured in pencil, obviously going from red to a light yellow, and I covered it all with a sparkly, oh, my son's coughing, with a sparkly glitter pen, and all around the edge are little tiny white dots to try and give the idea of magic, but you probably can't see them. Now this was a scary picture. If you've watched my videos and know me well, you know I really do not like snakes, so it was quite a difficult one to colour, but because I'm working through the book in order, I had to just do it, so I had to get a grip and just do it. I did everything. I did the snake quite early actually, and when I was doing these bits, I didn't think about it. I just pretended, I didn't think about what it was, and just did it, try to make it look cute, and did this sparkly wings on him. There, a bit of glitter pen for the wings to add a bit of magic. Now this double page, it was quite a challenge with all the details. I wasn't sure how to approach it, but in the end I decided to do some shadowing under the shelves, which was interesting, and I've used it since in other shelf designs, and it can be quite effective. It takes a bit of practice. And I decided to have two elements that stood out, the candle on this side and this sort of magical pot on this side, and make everything else fairly dull, or else I felt it would all be fighting each other for the limelight sort of thing. And I thought these two bright items and then everything else a little bit knocked back a little bit, and I'm quite pleased with how that came out. It also made it quicker because I didn't layer these up so many layers of colour, because they were going to be set back and a bit plainer, so it made it a little bit quicker and less daunting at the same time. And this one I finished yesterday. She doesn't have any magic. I made her quite festive because I'm still in the festive mood. Recording this, it is still only the 28th of December. So I put some festive colours. I thought, why not? Just because she's a witch and it's Witch's Cottage. So I did a lot of gold, as you can see, greens and reds, which for me are traditional festive. I used a book, Helen Elliston's first colouring companion. What's it called? Secrets of Colouring, I think. Is it called? Anyway, Helen Elliston is who to look for. Her very first book, she has tutorials on hair and skin. She's only got pale skin tone in her first book, and in some of her later books she has dark skin tone, which I'm yet to do, but I need to have a go at as well. But I followed those. Prismacolor I used and did that. So that was the last one. So I haven't done any more. But and it's not a massively long video, but hopefully that'll give you a little bit of inspiration, particularly to Barb, who asked for the video. Hopefully you found that useful. And yes, so that is that. But hoping that you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for tuning in and having a watch. Yeah, if you've got any requests for anything else that you want, let me know. I have got a few already that I'm going to be doing. That people have asked me for. This one was quite easy, so I jumped in and did this one early. I've got another few to do, which would take a little bit more time and thought. But thank you very much. Have a super day and happy colouring.